日本時間10月5日、敵地フィラデルフィアで行われたフィリーズとの地区シリーズ第1戦で、ドジャースは5対3で逆転勝利を収めました。1番、投手兼指名打者で先発出場した大谷翔平は、6回3失点の力投でポストシーズン初登板初勝利を飾りました。また、初めてセーブシチュエーションで登板した佐々木朗希が見事な投球を見せ、ポストシーズン初セーブを記録しました。大谷は打席でも存在感を発揮し、9回の第5打席で四球を選び出塁しました。初球ではセーフティーバントの構えを見せ、続く2球目と3球目ではバットを振らず、間には異例のタイミングでタイムも要求。この間合いの使い方に敵地スタンドからはブーイングが起こりましたが、ブルペンでの佐々木の準備が遅れていたため、時間を稼いだとの評価がされています。試合後には、大谷と佐々木の活躍を称える声が関係者から相次ぎ、チームの勢いを象徴する勝利として大きな注目を集めました。これらの模様を日本語字幕付きでご紹介します。
What are you expecting from Shohei in his first start? He's obviously been in the playoffs before, but now on the mound in a tough place to pitch.
Let's not forget that he's a big part of that offense. Now, when he's hitting, when he's pitching, it seems like he's focused so much on pitching and he's not locked in on hitting. I mean, you look at his number, there's different when he's pitching. Now, I expect him to pitch 3 to 4 innings today, especially with all the starters coming out of the bullpen, so he can continue focusing on hitting. I'm not expecting more. Plus, let's remember that his pitching count matters, especially now during the playoffs.
Hey, fellas, get this, and I love that, Poppy. When you talk about a series, you're talking about superstars galore. There's an embarrassment of riches and none bigger than Shohei Ohtani. You're going to see something in today's game in the first inning that you've never seen before. A guy that's going to lead off the game in Shohei with 55 home runs. Then he's going to go to the other side and face a guy who leads off, who has one more home run in Kyle Schwarber with 56. Trust me, one of the most aware, competitive guys on the planet is Shohei Ohtani. He's going to go try to embarrass him early, set the tone, and he's aware, and he'll have 2 opportunities to get first blood before the second inning starts.
Yeah, I mean, what makes him special? He's 6'5". He throws 100. He's got a great slider. He's got, what did Dontrell call it, a whoop-a-doop?
Whoop-a-dooper,
breaking
baby.
ball. He's got all that. Then he comes up and he hits home runs.
That's
I mean,
crazy.
he absolutely can do everything. But what I would look for is the Philadelphia Phillies are going to make him work. They want to get him out of the game. They want to get him into the bullpen because regardless of who you bring in, they're not Shohei Ohtani. So I would expect them to take a lot of pitches today.
It's kind of a fascinating series, Poppy, right? I mean, this is a LCS-worthy matchup that's taking place kind of 1 round earlier, right? A couple big heavyweights here. Who's got the advantage, do you think, if you look at it on big picture?
I gotta stick with the Dodgers. The Dodgers had the offense. Their pitching is back. I mean, all the starters are coming back to life. Their bullpen is rich right now. I mean, and they had the playoff experience.
Yeah, this is the most epic series of all. It's a shame that it's 5, not 7. But, Poppy, this reminds me when the captain and I played you in 04. We knew the winner of that ALCS was going to be the World Series champions, and you guys swept the Cardinals. These 2 teams.
Hey, who won in 04?
I forgot. These 2 teams feel that way. This is the big series that they think will take them to the World Series.
Yeah, and by the way, I love what you said about Shohei facing Schwarber. He's also got a batting champ, Trey Turner, in there as well. So that's the first 2 hitters for Philly. That's fun. That should be fun. So it is our first show back, so we should predict who's going to win the World Series. It seems to make sense. I know Derek loves it. D-Train, prediction, who's going to win the whole thing?
You know what? You guys messed with me last year being a company man, but I'm going to go back. Rematch of last year, Dodgers over Yankees in 6.
Still a company, man. But I'm going to go with, I'm sticking with my pick at the All-Star game, Yankees over the Cubs. Now, I know it's not looking too good right now, but the Cubs need to get past Milwaukee and hope that Philly and the Dodgers beat each other up.
You didn't like the Brewers' 9-run 2 innings?
There's a lot of hope in there, Cap. So I'm going to go with, I think finally, Kevin, this is the year that Big Judge has a signature October. I'm going to go rematch to 2009 World Series. Yankees over Phillies. World Series MVP Aaron Judge. Yankees in 6.
3 different ones. Poppy, it's all the pressure on you, big boy.
The American League's loaded with really good teams.
Red Sox?
We're going to be watching. That's fine. We'll catch up with next year. But I got to tell you, the Mariners are looking really good, but I think the year going to stay blue. Dodgers over Mariners.
Dave, you often talk about how you can kind of separate yourself from the manager and the fan in different moments. With Shohei Ohtani taking the mound today, his first postseason as a starter, or as a pitcher, I should say, when you look at just kind of this moment, what he's done for this team, how special is this for a player like him, and how do you kind of take a step back to appreciate that moment, also knowing as the competitor and wanting to kind of win, of course?
Yeah, I think, as he takes the mound, for the bottom half, I'm going to take a moment just to appreciate, him doing something really unprecedented. He's done a tremendous deal for our ball club on a micro level, obviously with the talent, the two-way player, but, much more broad for baseball. He's just a player that people have to see, want to go see. So it's just been so, a huge benefit to our game, which is great.
This will be a first experience for him. He talked yesterday about there might be some nerves, an uptick in velocity. Do you think just last year as a DH in the postseason, and even if you look at the wild card, that as a position player can prepare him as a starter in this game?
I think, I just believe that his whole life has been about preparing him for big moments. And he never gets out of himself, never lets the emotions of the moment get too big. Seems like he's always under control. He's obviously got a very precise routine. So I expect him to perform well in the box, on the mound, and just control those emotions. But, having him get through the sixth inning in Arizona, so as far as kind of usage, I feel good where he's at.
With just Shohei's, the two-way thing, both what it does for the roster and just what he provides on the field, does that become even more pronounced in a postseason setting with the roster flexibility? It gives you the ability to manage his workload a little bit easier with the days off that are baked into a postseason schedule. Does it become especially effective this time of the year?
Yeah, I think it's certainly helpful. I think, for sure, we can't even begin to fathom what it's like to do both things, especially with the added intensity of the postseason. So I think getting a day off between games 1 and 2 after game 2, I think it's all helpful. There's no question that it's taxing. It's taxing on everybody. And then you layer on, his ability to do both, and it's challenging. And I'm glad last year he got to experience the adrenaline of October with just hitting. And now this year we get to layer both on. I think in some weird way it's actually beneficial. But yeah, I think the days off certainly are helpful.
Yeah, Andrew, how much of an appreciation have you gained over the last couple of years of Shohei's his relationship with pitching specifically in that part of his game?
Yeah, I've said this a lot. I think he's underrated. I just don't think the human brain can comprehend what he does and how difficult it is and how elite he is at both. And the passion he has for hitting and the passion he has for pitching. It doesn't seem like there's enough passion to go around, but there is with him. And he really cares about being great at everything he does. And so watching his rehab process and that build up and just how focused he was, how intent he was every day on the work he was doing to get himself back in a position to be able to go take the ball and pitch really well. It wasn't just about pitching for him. It was about pitching really well. So nothing surprises me anymore, but yet everything still surprises me. He's just one of a kind.
You said a couple weeks ago that you think he's one of the best pitchers in the National League. When did you start to see that he was back to that point after surgery?
I think you could see glimpses of it with certain games with a couple pitches being there and a couple not. And then the next game, he had other things working. And you see that with guys, and it's just about how to sync it all up. And so it's not surprising to me that he did. And once he had that full arsenal working, he's a really tough at bat. And just the compete is so great that you take that combination and it equals really good things.
All right, let's start with the Dodgers because history being made today. The Ohtani rule is in effect. Shohei Ohtani, not only the DH, he's the starting pitcher today, his first postseason start. We've never seen this in Major League Baseball.
Because of the injury last year, we've had to wait 8 years to see this man pitch in October, and here it goes. I mean, 14 starts this year. He's been building back up, BA, but he comes into this at 16 2/3 scoreless. Faced the Phillies 3 weeks ago. They know they got their work cut out for him. And then offensively, do I need me to talk about it? 146 runs scored, 55 home runs. This guy was born for this moment, and we're about to see it.
Dave, I know you want length from your starter. What does that mean for Shohei tonight?
You know, I think for me, we're going to try to get him through 6, maybe into the 7th inning. I like him at the century mark tonight, and he's locked in. I saw him a little bit earlier, and he's taking it to another level.
And I saw you staring out at the field for about 20 minutes. Wheels were turning. What were you contemplating, Dave?
Yeah, you know what? Before the game, I sort of kind of envisioned the way the game can go in a lot of different directions, which it can go. And the next part of my 20-minute kind of gander is looking at my players, and I like to see kind of how they are, how they're preparing, how their heartbeat is, and I just want to see where their minds are before the game.
Enjoy it. Good luck.
Thank you, Lauren.
And Frenchie, it does beg the question. This is Shohei Ohtani's first ever postseason start. He is the leadoff hitter, and he's going to be at the plate shortly. His routine is very interesting now as he makes his way back to the dugout.
I mean, this is Little League, right? Like, this is high school ball here. You come, you warm up, you come in, you give high fives, and then instead of usually you'd sit down for 10, 15 minutes. No, he's got to go over. He's got to get his batting gloves. Look at him. He's getting some new ones fresh out of the bag, of course, for the game one. And here he is now on deck. So it's just a completely different thing. But if there's one guy that can handle it, and we talk about it, Dave Roberts tells us, he is so routine-oriented. He knows the moment, and he's ready.
And a called strike 3. Dropped the splitter on him. Real Muto strikes out. And out number 1 for Sasaki here in the 9th.
Yeah, watch this splitter, BA. Just tumbles right over, and you can see that Real Muto gave up on it. I think he even said, wow. It's almost like that big 12-6 curveball. You give up on it, and got him looking.
1 ball, 1 strike. Stott pops this one up. This could do it. Over is Muncy into foul grounds. And the Los Angeles Dodgers with a comeback win. Snatch back game 1 and go up 1-0 in this best of 5. Teoscar Hernandez with a game-changing 3-run homer in the 7th. Dodgers win game 1, 5-3.
Now, we talked about this Dodgers bullpen, and Dave Roberts told us before the game he wanted his high-leverage guys. What did they do tonight, Brian? They had Ohtani. They went to Glasnow. They got 1 out from Vesia, and they got their closer, Sasaki, to come in and get the big out. And so he got his high-leverage guys. And for the Phillies, they went up 3-0, but were not able to add on. And I'll tell you what, this was quite the game 1.
Back and forth, the team that had the most comeback wins in the National League this year, the Dodgers, are shaking hands here at Citizens Bank Park. Sasaki earns his first save in his first chance. And an incredible story developing with the Dodgers in Roki Sasaki, anchoring down that bullpen, and to come into Citizens Bank Park and notch his first save. How impressive. Ohtani went 6 innings. He struck out 9, gave up 3 earned runs. Star of the game is Teoscar Hernandez. He's standing by with Lauren Shahadi.
Teo, congratulations. Is the lefty killer back or what?
A little bit.
A little bit. What were you trying to do with 2 on in the 7th?
Just trying to get a good pitch to hit. Sanchez didn't give me anything. He was nasty today. Strom, he used to throw like up in the zone. I was looking something for up. He left 1 over the plate, and I put a good swing on it.
I mean, I watched you watch it. When did you know it was out? The crowd couldn't really tell, Teo.
I hit it pretty good.
Yeah.
I know it was going to be off the wall or home.
This place, Teo, is the definition of home field advantage. How did you steal it away in game 1?
It's great. I like this.
You like
I like
this.
pressure.
You could get used to
I like
this.
Pressure. Love the way the game was. The pressure, the fans. I love everything.
It felt like the tides kind of started to turn there. Did you start to feel the momentum building on the offense, and then you guys were able to get to the bullpen?
Yeah, I mean, for us, it's always a matter of time. It's always a matter of getting it going, and it seemed like we did it at the right time. And after that, you know, Teo with a big 3-run homer like he's done time after time last 2 years, and all credit to the pitching. I think Shohei, after that one inning, he kept us in the game. He kept doing it, and the bullpen came in, shutting the door. It was really huge for us.
We saw Roki Sasaki close out the wild card. For him to close this one out in this atmosphere, what was it like just being behind him?
I mean, it was huge. I wasn't sure what to expect. He started warming up really late, and then we had that situation where the ball hit the umpire, and it kind of gave him a chance to get ready and come in the game. And he did what he did against Cincinnati, so it was fun to watch, and we're looking forward to the next game.
Congratulations on this Game 1 win, Kike.
Thank you.
Can you walk us through that, Shohei? You talked yesterday about possibly being a little nervous. How did it feel to pitch in your first postseason game, and what were the good and the bad?
試合前はそうですね。いろいろねデータを整理している段階とかでは試合の中をイメージして緊張感っていうのがありましたけど、実際に試合で投げることに関しては集中して緊張感ありましたけど、それよりも集中して試合に入っていけてたかなと思います。
Shohei, congratulations. It seemed like in the eighth inning you were showing bunt when you were looking to hit. Can you just kind of take me through that moment and related as you were coming out to the bullpen? You were acknowledging the crowd. It seems like you were kind of taking it all in and embracing being sort of in enemy territory. Just take me through your thinking in those two moments, please.
最後はそうですね。ウィルナーとバットぐらいで朗希が作り始めてたので、監督から時間を稼いでほしいっていうオーダーが出てましたし、そういう意味ではいいフォアボールになったのかなとは思うので、良かったのかなとは思いますね。はい。
Just the moment before the game.
いや試合前は特に、さっきも言いましたけど、データ整理をしている段階では緊張しましたけど、比較的ゲームとゲーム前はいい集中力と楽しんで、ブルペンのセッションも今まで以上にいいセッションでしたし、いい感じで試合に臨めてたかなと思います。
すみません、2回に失点して5回にまたピンチが訪れてシュワバー選手最後カーブで三振取ったと思うんですけど、あそこはやっぱり1点もやれない場面だったと思うんですけど、対決を振り返ってどのように切り抜けたかっていうとお願いします。
そうですね。試合の行方を決定づける場面だったかなとは思うので、先制点取られた後に、味方が反撃に出る、そこまでしっかりと粘れば、必ず勝つチャンスが来るかなとは思ってたので、3-2になった段階で僕の中にもカーブの選択肢がほとんどでしたし、ウィルから来た要求も一発目はカーブだったので、確実にいけるんじゃないかなと思って自信を持って投げました。
今日、これまで復帰後フォーシームのハードヒット、された率ですね、100マイル以上なんっていうのが8本しかなかったのが、今日は最初の2イニングだけで3本あった。でその後も割合を減らさなかったというのはおそらくかなり質が良かったということだと思うんですけれども、その中で相手の反応だったり対応、フォーシームに対するでやっぱりパワーピッチャーとしての自分を貫いたその辺の駆け引きっていうのはどういうものがあったんでしょうか。
打たれたトリプルよりもやっぱりその前のマーシ選手の2ストライク追い込んだ後のセンター前が一番いらなかったかなというか、もう少し工夫できたのかなっていうところはあるので、全体通してあとはスプリットを2巡目以降取っておきたいなと思う中で、その前にちょっと失点してしまったという形だったのかなと思ってます。
Yeah, Shohei, a rough night at the plate, 4 strikeouts, 3 of them uncalled third strikes. What did you think about those at bats? How difficult was Sanchez, and why did you end up in those situations?
もちろん対戦した、ピッチャーの質も高いですし、素晴らしいピッチャーが5打席ともマウンドにはいたので、なかなか打てる機会っていうのがなかったですけど、それでもムーキーとテオが後ろにいる中で、まずは左ピッチャーの場面で出してもらえるっていうのが、この打線の組んでる意味だと思うので、そういう段階で一つまずは使ってもらえたっていうのが僕の中では僕が一番にあそこにいる意味だとは思うので、なおかつヒットが打てればそれはベストだったのかなと思ってます。
Shohei, you've been through a lot rehabbing this year and in the past. This is kind of a simple question. It would have been a lot easier to just be a hitter. Why is it so important to you to do both?
なんでですかね、できると思っているからだとは一番思いますけど、それがまあ自分の色であり自分の強みだと思っているので、どちらでもチームにとってプラスになるのであれば、それは、ね、自分にしかできない役割だと思うので、はい、それをこなしていくのが今の仕事だと思ってます。
Shohei, can you take us through the moment when Teo hit the home run? Where were you, and also the feelings after you saw the ball going over the fence?
いやもう素晴らしい瞬間ですね。これこそこうポストシーズンの醍醐味っていうそういう瞬間だったんじゃないかなと思います。
I was wondering if you could take us through that ball that Real Muto hit up the gap that ended up being a triple. It looked like you were pretty close to it, but just couldn't get there. What happened on that play?
I was playing straight in. I didn't get a good angle. He hit it pretty good. I tried to get it so he can go all the way to third, or they can score 2 runs in that situation. It went by me.
Just take me through, obviously, we've talked about the history. Shohei's done so much of this. What was it like just seeing him do this, actually accomplish it? The 9 strikeouts, you know, playing this full game, you know, still active on both ends. You talked about just now that this is who he is, but what is that like to see anew?
Well, it's certainly never been done, certainly at this level. I think it just really, you know, speaks to, I use the word compartmentalize a lot, but this epitomizes compartmentalizing. You know, he's essentially 2 people, you know, in one night, in one game. To kind of look at the at-bats that he took tonight and how he struggled offensively, but to separate that and just be a pitcher and weather that inning, that 3-run inning, to then go out there and give us 6 innings, keep us in the ball game. I just don't know any human that can manage that, you know, those emotions, and how do you not take that to the mound? So yeah, we continue to just witness history.
And just related to that decision you're making, 2 runners are on, already down 3-0. Didn't look like there was even a stirring in the pen. It seemed like you were just going with him in that spot. Can you just take me through what you're thinking about in that moment?
I just felt that he was just getting better as the night went on. I felt he was the best option, and nothing that I was seeing showed a drop-off. And so, you know, if he could chew up a couple more innings, I felt it would help us, you know, tonight and the games going forward. So, yeah, and, you know, that next inning, after 6, I felt the stress before, all that stuff, I felt his job was done. But, and also given his first playoff game, but I felt really confident in him, you know, getting through 6 with us, for us.
Hi, David. What was the process behind telling Shohei to take his time at the plate in 9th inning?
Yeah, I was just trying to buy a little bit more time for Roki. They put Wilson in Sosa's spot. Knew they probably, you know, couldn't hit for Kepler. Wilson was already out on the field, so just kind of weighing my options on does Vesia go back out there to have Trinan behind him, and then ultimately I decided to go with Roki. So I felt we just needed to buy some more time.
Yeah, you know, like you said, we jumped on him pretty good. Thought Ohtani threw the ball really well. Obviously, heater, curveball split. Yeah, I mean, we jumped on him and then kind of laid low there for a little bit, and you know they took some good swings and got ahead, and we weren't able to do any more than that. I mean, I thought we missed some pitches over the plate, and we're chasing a little bit, but I think just missing pitches over the plate that we should have done damage on, and just didn't get it done. Yeah, like you said, definitely frustrating not being able to get those guys in, and as an offense, we've got to be better and turn the page and get ready for Monday.
Rob, what did you think about the at-bats from your top 3 guys in the lineup? Seemed like Ohtani handled them pretty well.
Yeah, he really pitched them well. A lot of off-speed pitches, dotted his fastball. Ohtani was good tonight. He really was. So tip your cap and move on.
Dodgers now on an 8-game winning streak. They were the most comeback wins in the National League with 48. This is their second already in the playoffs. Had one in the wild card, now this one. But Pedro, the tone that was set tonight, what does this carry forward to the rest of this series?
Well, it's a confidence boost for the LA Dodgers, especially knowing how they went through Cincinnati. I told you in the pregame show that I liked the kind of energy that they were bringing into these games.
Yes, you did.
And they showed it again. I mean, they look confident, and you watch every one of them, full of experience, full of talent, a lineup that's full from top to bottom, and more scary than anything, is that they look healthy. And those guys that they're trying to test in the bullpen and stuff they have great stuff. They might not be comfortable yet doing what they're doing in the bullpen, but those guys have electric stuff to actually get one inning or get you out of a situation and then go and close that game.
What were your big takeaways from Shohei and for Sanchez, those two pitching performances?
They were both great. They were both great. Shohei faced some adversity in the second inning. So did Sanchez at the top, but they were able to get out of it. And as a pitcher, you know you're going to face it. He happened to get out of it. Shohei ended up giving up 3 runs, but he kept his team right there. He didn't give up any more. He had 1 bad inning, a pitch to JT that probably should have been a double, but Teoscar let it go by for a triple. The sac fly to the next batter, and we talked about that may be a big play in the game. And it was until Teoscar came up and hit the 3-run home run. And you can see the pitcher was missing the spots on that one. But Shohei was dealing. He was Shohei like we thought he would. Had his curveball going. He had 100, moving the ball all over the place, and Sanchez was missing bats.
Yeah, Sanchez looked a little bit fatigued to me when he was pulled out. And I don't know, but I kind of sensed it. But Ohtani picked up his rhythm as he got going. Once he went through the bad moment he was going through in that second inning, he turned it up, and his rhythm actually got better. His stuff was better, and he looked more confident every single time he got a batter out.